YouTube, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy 301 Trucker checking in. Been a little while, man, since I made a video. So, I know a lot of you guys are interested in getting your CDLs or, trying to figure out what's the best company to go to. I know a lot of people are going through school. When I got my license, I didn't go through school. I knew about trucks, worked on cars, worked on trucks, so I had an understanding for trucks. Spent years driving trailers to begin with, of course, all non-CDL. So getting my CDL was easier than most. Again, I didn't have to attend school. But there's a lot of things that I've learned that schools aren't teaching, and apparently you don't find out when you're taking a test. And there's actually some really important things, especially during the wintertime, that can actually save your life. And I mean that literally. It can save your life. Biggest thing that a lot of people aren't knowing or haven't even begun to heard about are your air tanks. So from what I'm gathering, schools tell you, oh, it's okay. The truck takes care of itself. When it sneezes, which is when your air tanks are full, it's pushing out any moisture that's in the line. Yes, but you still need to drain your tanks at the end of the day. At the end of your shift, you need to drain your tanks. It is compressed air. Air has moisture. So what happens is that moisture builds up inside of your tank and it restricts the airflow. So therefore, you can be driving and all of a sudden your brakes not work. And you can be fortunate enough to have just enough power to be able to stop the truck. But then you're waiting hours on the side of the road for roadside to come to you and throw out your air tanks so that they can then drain them and you can then go on about your day. Now, they do have a couple remedies. They do have a little liquid that you could put in the airline that'll help throw it out. But it's all preventive. And it can be prevented if you just drain your tanks. Now, depending upon the truck that you have, there are several tanks. Primarily, you have two tanks. One's a primary air tank, one's a secondary air tank. They both need to be drained. A lot of your Freightliners, your newer Freightliner Cascadias, you have about 3, 4, 2 again, primary, secondary, 1 for the transmission. If it's an automatic, for the automated manual shift, excuse me. It's dark, we parked for the night, but let's take a little peek around tonight and see if we can see. So I can give you guys a little visual of what it is that you're going to want to look for. Let me get my flashlight. Bear with me. So for this particular truck, again, this is a Freightliner Cascadia. It is a sleeper. This little guy here, you want to drop this plate. And that's one air tank. And there's another air tank back there. See the little valves on the bottom? You simply, JB Hunt and a lot of other companies put little lines so you can just pull them. Literally just want to pull it like that and make sure that there's no moisture. So you can hear how that one's spitting out the moisture, and you just want to pull it until it's done. So now it's done, and then we go back to the and no moisture. If you could tell the difference in the sound of how that one came out clear, that's because that one had no moisture. The secondary tank, however, did. Again, depending upon your truck, make and models, there are several different tanks. I'd also like to point out that you do also have air tanks on your trailer that you need to drain. So again, simply pull it And again, no water came out of that, so that one's good to go.